How goes the family? How goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Doing my rants. Um, so I basically want to talk. Hopefully, you guys are doing great. Basically, just want to talk about the whole concept and the what's up with my filters? Anyways, the whole concept behind retirement. I grew up in the DMV area. A lot of people who are retired military, prior service military. Thank you all for your service. A lot of people who are government employees, from federal employees to state employees to local government employees. So there's this mindset of retirement and whatnot. A lot of people that work in major corporations. Anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. All right. But there's this mindset of retirement that I hope my generation, the millennial generation, kind of lets it, kind of squashes it and get people's mind off of it, because it's a mindset that's kind of not irrelevant, but it's kind of outdated in in the world of 2022. And when I say outdated, it means that retirement is not an age. Retirement is income. And let me say that again. It's been a long time since I said this, but retirement has nothing to do with age. Retirement has everything to do with income. And the beautiful thing is, because of that, that's what makes the United States such a great place. Is that when your money's straight, you can choose to not work anymore if you don't want to, or you could just work and follow your passions. Now, this idea in regards to the people were meant to work rant, because that's basically what the title of this rant is today. I was listening to bigger podcasts this morning as I was getting my day going. That's what, I like to get my day going, take morning walks. Um, some people meditate. I listen to podcasts. Everybody has a routine. That's mine. Some people listen to music. Some people pray. Some people read the Bible. They read books. Everybody's got their thing. That's cool. I respect that. But this idea of of retirement, the one gentleman from Bigger Pockets was saying, he's like, look, I could have retired a long time ago, based off of his rental properties and whatnot. But he was talking about how even if you owned 1,000 rental properties and whatnot, it's still very unsustainable. Now I'm just saying to myself, well, hey, if you got 1,000 rental properties, even if you live in New York and California, if the cash flow is right, you can pretty much retire. But then the thing he made me think of, he said, well, what if your tenants can't pay? What if your buildings get condemned? What if your homes get condemned? What if you got to sell them? What then? He said when he was talking, it made sense. He said most people in real estate, they either have a real estate company, from construction company, the mortgage company, they have a property management company, they're actually brokers, where they're actually real estate agents and things of that nature. They're still constantly working. They have some sort of a skilled trade, one way or the other. They're not just sitting at home collecting the quote unquote mailbox money and things of that nature. And I thought about that. So I'm like, and it reminds me of this statement. I'm just like, even if you have all the income in the world, you still got to be very diligent and vigilant in regards to what you're doing with your day to day. You can't afford to lounge and slouch and just let things happen, because if you do, then you open up the opportunity for you to get economically screwed, or even, Lord forbid, say if a health incident happens with you, then what are you going to do? Lord forbid something happens to one of your properties, then what are you going to do? And it's the same thing. And this is why most people that play the lottery and whatnot end up broke. I mean, people who win the lottery end up being broke in the begin, basically starting from zero again. It's because there's no financial, not only literacy, but there's no financial discipline going on. And that's why I'm naming this rant, people were meant to work. Even if you are retired, you're meant to work in some form or fashion. You were meant to enhance skill sets on all various levels. That's why I remember 15 years ago when they were talking about so many people died after. This is back when retirement was a real thing. Like, people had good pensions. This is back in this what was it? Back in the 90s and early 2000s and whatnot. People still had decent quote unquote pensions and whatnot. And that just died out basically by 2003, 2005 time frame. But anyways, people had decent pension plans and things of that nature. So, long story short, a lot of people, they work hard for 30, 40, 50 years at their job. They quit they retired, not quit. They retire from the job. They'd sit at home, and a lot of times they just end up in a vegetated state and whatnot, turn into a vegetable in a sense, to the point where they could not, I repeat, could not really function anymore. Or unfortunately, some people would pass away and die because their job was their life, or if their kids moved out of the house. Since their kids were their lives, they had nothing else going on. You know, I'm not mad at somebody being all about their family. I'm not mad about somebody being about their career or anything, even their business. But you still got to be able to enhance skill sets outside of that occupation, outside of that lifestyle, so that when things change, because life happens and things do change. If they didn't, then we wouldn't look different when we get older. You know. But anyways, and so with that being said, you always brace yourself and prepare for the unexpected. But a lot of people don't think that they should have that mindset, and they don't think that when they clock out of work and leave the gym or whatever activities you do when you're not at work and whatnot, or with your family, that you shouldn't be enhancing yourself from an intellectual standpoint and from a skill set standpoint. If you think that, then I'm here to say I think you're absolutely wrong, but that's just my personal opinion. Because once again, I'll say this again and again. There's a reason why Bob Johnson, there's a reason why Damon Johns, there's a reason why Elon Musk, there's a reason why Mark Cuban, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, I'm just going to continue to say, heck, even the recent new billionaires, Jay-Z, Damon Dash, like I said, Snoop Dogg. There's a reason why these people are still working. All right. There's a reason why people are still working. And it's because they are continuously enhancing their skill sets, and they are continuously adding value to the world. That's the best way to put it. They are adding value to the world. Pays for student loans. I'm trying to think of the next guy. I've got to Google this. I always forget his name. Robert Smith. Robert Smith doesn't get enough credit. He became more and more famous back in towards the end of 2019 when he paid for the class of 2019 Morehouse graduates student loans and whatnot. So he is a billionaire African American male from Colorado, but I believe he operates out of Austin, Texas, and whatnot. Robert Smith. Don Peoples. There's a reason why these are billionaires and millionaires. These are people still work. So that's why the concept of retirement for working people needs to be eliminated unless you're talking about income, assets, skill sets, and things of that nature. Because the old days of retirement mindset, regardless of what your job tells you, what your school tells you, they are over. That's all I got to say on that one. So build networks with people. Learn as much as you can about financial literacy, from stocks, bonds, real estate, cryptocurrencies, business plans, franchisees, whatever have you. Making money in digital real estate, the NFT state, whatever have you. Continuously learn. Every day is a chance to learn something and grow. But are you going to do that? Or are you just going to be the best darn watcher of Netflix and Peacock and Hulu and every single other platform that's out here? And hey, I'm guilty of watching this stuff myself, but I'm not going to binge on it for 8 to 12 hours a day. Not going to happen, all right? So, on that note, family, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live broke like a fool. Take care, family.